Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you guys my Bad End Dragger deck profile for May 2016. It's a pretty fun deck. The main focus of it is to use the new stride we got in the Winter Fighters collection with Bad End Dragger. It gets off a lot of call plays since you basically, break ride Bad End Dragger over itself after your stride phase. So you get your stride attack and then have two more rearguard columns with your break ride. So let's go ahead and jump to the deck profile. I run 2 Good End Dragger. He's a counterblast 1, and you choose a card from your hand and put it into your soul. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked a Vanguard. If you have a heart with Bad End in its card name, you may pay the cost. If you do, put this unit into your G zone face up. Search your deck for up to 2 grade 3 cards. Choose one from among them, call it to an open rear, and ride the rest as rest and shuffle your deck. So I basically like to run the Legion with the deck because I have Bad End Dragger. And if I don't want to ride Bad End Dragger again for constant turn break rides, I can just Legion next turn with the unit that I searched and have other viable grade 3 resources on rearguard. And as for the rest of the strides in the deck, I have Damper Lily and Flash Bruce. I'd also run Dirty Picaro and the Unflip Persona flip if I also had it. Those would fill the last 2 spots. But for now, these are the only ones that I have, sadly, for the deck. But moving on, for grade 3s, I run 4 of the Bad End Dragger. He's the break ride. His effect, when he break rides, you choose one of your Spike Brother rear guards. When it attacks, it gets plus 10,000 until the end of that battle. At the end of that battle, put that unit on the bottom of your deck. So it's really good pressure, especially with a lot of the different effects. So if, let's say after Good End Dragger, I use another Bad End Dragger to break ride, next turn I can go with the Legion that I possibly have in my hand and, use the Legion with that skill. So just having consistent break ride power is definitely what this deck has been asking for. And I run 4 Bloody Ogle. He is the Legion. Break riding with him and then using his Legion skill means you have 24k attacks, usually with your rear guards. If you have Emerald Blaze or Frozen Ogle, they make for really, really broke plays, especially when you're just constantly swinging at your opponent. And I also run 1 Skydiver. I like this card just because it has the rear guard effect. So it's a good call with the Good End Dragger. Placed on rear guard, it has the skill when it hits to put it into the soul. When an attack hits, choose a card from your hand, call it to rear. And for grade 2s, I run 4 Frozen Ogle. He is the mate for Bloody Ogle. It's a counterblast 1, put into the soul during the turn when your Vanguard Legion. At the end of the battle that this unit attacked a Vanguard, you may pay the cost. Search your deck for a card, call it to an open rear guard, shuffle your deck. So with the break ride and this card's constant use, you can get off a lot of effects, which is really good. His search, keep your counterblast open. The stride's a counterblast of 1, so as long as you keep your other counterblasts open, you'll be fine. And I also run 3 Dudley Maison. He's a great early game pressure, just for calling units. Your opponent will usually, guard this attack from the Vanguard, just so you don't get multiple attacks off. And I also run 3 High-Speed Brocky, just once again early pressure with the Soul. Soul Blasting for power pressure to put back. Good targets for, Frozen Ogle if you don't have Frozen Ogles to call. And 1 Silver Blaze, just for the additional Legion power. He could be like the last finisher for Frozen Ogle because he gets plus 10,000 along with the break ride skill. He's a really high number. And then for grade 1s, I run 4 Cheer Girl Marilyn. Would most likely run the Unflip Perfect Guard if I had them, just because you do counterblast a lot with this deck. But for now, Marilyn. 4 Reckless Express, just once again, I like using him as a booster for the break ride attacks, and then afterwards when I lose those units by going back into the deck, next turn I can call him up and use him for attacks since he's a 12k by himself. And I run 3 Death Flag Dragger. He's the choose a grade 3 from your hand, reveal it. When this unit is placed on rear guard during your battle phase, you may pay the cost. If you do search for up to 1 card with Bad End in its card name, reveal it to your opponent, put it in your hand, shuffle your deck. So easiest way to get Bad End Dragger to your hand and have, consistent grade 3s in your hand as well. Plus, on 2 Medical Manager, just Soul Charge Power to finish up that. And for grade 0s, I run Mecha Trainer. He's the grade 1 searcher by retiring him in Counterblast 1. Probably the best starter for Spike Brothers. Hasn't gotten hit like Conroe, which is pretty cool. And I also run 8 crit, so 4 Silence Joker. He's the put into soul crit, unflip the damage. Pretty much staple in all Spike Brother decks. 4 Sonic Breaker, just additional crit. And 4 draw, I run Cheer Girl Pauline. And 4 heal, Cheer Girl Tiara. So yeah, that's it for the deck profile. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and Kira, qualia out.